Thanks for your support as a channel member, Tommy Williams. It was a timely return to form last time out in Spa. We scored a podium with Nico Hülkenberg, and we're looking to continue that revival here in Brazil, Felipe Dragovic's home race. Hello folks, and welcome to episode 34 of Haas with F2 and GP2 champions only. We're gearing up for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Don't call it anything else. It is the Brazilian Grand Prix at Interlagos, Felipe Dragovic's home race. We're looking for another double points finish this weekend. Here's how things look in the championship standings. We've closed the gap on Mercedes after a fabulous performance last time out in Belgium. Yeah, okay, we did have that collision with George Russell on the final lap, so it could have been even better. But, you know, I will take it. We are... that is 10 points. At the end of the last episode, I thought we were 12 points behind. The game does a weird thing where it doesn't always take into account the sprint results. So, yeah, we are apparently only 10 points behind Mercedes. Or maybe I just misread it at the time. I haven't actually edited that episode yet, so I'll have to find that out later. So, Drivers' Championship. Nico Hülkenberg up to P5 ahead of reigning world champion Charles Leclerc, and Felipe Drugovich on 33 points. He's closing in on his future teammate Pierre Gasly. And talking of next season, we've been doing a little bit more hiring. So you might remember that we hired Enrico Cardile, who was a free agent actually, having left Ferrari at the end of season 1. And he added to the new engineers that we had for this season, Amari Lardon and Jorn Becker. And they're now joined by Peter Prodromou, the head of aerodynamics. Where's he come from? Alpine. So not only are we pinching their head of aero, who's better than Aaron Melvin by some 5 overall points or whatever, we are also pinching one of their drivers. So yeah, that's good news. And we are also... Poor Toby Brown, he's not very good as a sporting director, at least on the game. He's not rated very highly. We are scouting Alan Permain of Alpine. So we are just going to gut Alpine of anyone who's any good from their team and have them with us, basically. Make sure that they aren't very good. So, yeah, we are well underway for preparations of next season. We are researching to the hilt. I was going to use a slightly Anglo-Saxon phrase there, but I will refrain from that on this channel. This is a PG production. So, yeah, we will prepare for Brazil. And it's not a sprint weekend in Interlagos, in Sao Paulo, but we've got rain on Friday, so that might impact a few teams' preparations. But looks good for Sunday. How will we fare in terms of performance? We should be okay. Low speed, critical. I think we did quite well in Brazil last year. Top speed, we're not great, so we'll need all the DRS we can get down the main straight. I'm going to jump into practice. I'll see you on track in qualifying. As you can see, qualifying 2 hasn't gone to plan, and Felipe Drugovich is 15th. I mean, he didn't do a very good first lap, so we sent him out on fresh tyres behind Hülkenberg to give him 2 slipstreams, essentially one down to turn 4, and one from Junção to the finish line, and he went from 1.5 seconds off the pace to 1.1 seconds off the pace and didn't improve his position. So yeah, it just wasn't a very good session for Felipe, that. So we'll have to just move on and soldier on with Hülkenberg as the sole Haas in Q3. Alright then, qualifying 3, it's do or die for Nico Hülkenberg. He's currently in something of a Alpine sandwich. We are following Max Verstappen down the straight. Are we improving in Sector 1? We are indeed. We're on fresh tyres and the sun is dropping. That's a Ferrari getting out of our way, not costing us time, which is good. Hülkenberg's first lap, not the best he's put in, I would say. And there's definitely more to come, as you can see from the fact that he is improving in Sector 1 and in Sector 2 now. This is really good stuff. A slipstream across the line would do us very nicely indeed. Where does it put him? P6. Half second off of pole. I'll take that. It wasn't a personal best final sector, actually. So that leaves potentially the door open for Alpine to do something. Ocon, I don't think, has improved. George Russell has jumped up into P6 now. Gasly stays 9th. Ocon boxes and is 10th. So we'll start 8th because Leclerc got ahead of us too. But, I mean, there's only one Mercedes in Hamilton got eliminated in Q1. I didn't even realise that. I didn't even spot that. I just assumed he was there. I've only just noticed that Lewis Hamilton wasn't there. So we're a couple of places behind a Mercedes. We could definitely gain ground on them, and we can keep Alpine behind us and just sort of put them in the mud a little bit more. Taking a bit of a gamble with Nico Hülkenberg's strategy. The pre-race report says the hard tyre is on average about 0.4 a lap slower than the medium. But because we've got no fresh soft tyres, I kind of don't really want to touch them because you'd have to manage them all the way through. I want to be able to push. So I'm going to go hard, medium with Nico and hope that the AI does with the different strategies that AI is doing. Maybe they do a one-stop because you see below medium hard is an option. Hopefully they do a one-stop and we can sort of make sure we're always on fresher tyres, a little bit like in Spa. So that's my thinking there. Also a two-stop with Felipe, but he's going to start on softs because he's got, I think, probably 2 fresh sets of softs. So if there's a safety car, we can always bring Felipe in and then see how things go. I mean, the one-stop is 4 seconds slower, so hopefully we are okay. I mean, it's also 3 seconds slower than the hard medium. So fresh tyres are going to be crucial in this race. If I underfueled a little bit, try and negate the fact that we're using hard tyres with Nico. And yeah, it's a risky strategy. Hopefully it pays off. Let's get to the grid and do a motor race. We are 2/3 of the way through our second season in charge with Haas. Let's get the run-in underway. The 5 red lights are out. The race is on. That's the words I'm looking for. And we are charging towards the first corner. We are sliding up the inside of Charles Leclerc's Ferrari. And are we going to take P7? That would be delicious. Oh, it's absolutely wonderful. Nico Hülkenberg into P7. Fernando Alonso is taking our strategy and starting on the hard tyres. Only 2 of us are doing that. Drugovich is up to 14th. So he's feeling the samba beat through his body and is channeling it into the racetrack and making up places on lap 1. Good start at Haas. Let's hope it continues. Good news, bad news. Bad news, Hülkenberg has fallen behind Ocon, although he is fighting back. Are we about to retake the position around the outside? Looks like we are. Are we going to be behind? No, we're going to be in front. We won't have DRS. Good news, Drugovich is now 11th, and he is storming through. So what we can do here is get Felipe into the fight with Hülkenberg and Ocon, and essentially get Felipe to be our lead driver here. Ocon takes the position away from Nico, who's going backwards. This hard tyre strategy not working right now. We're definitely too slow. Might need to change this, so I'll have to have a look and assess my options. And what I might get Hülkenberg to do is move out of the way, but we don't really want to let Albon through as well. That would be far from ideal. In fact, we'll get Hülkenberg to rarely defend. Drugovich drive in clean air. Might just... dude, let him through. Right, we're just going to have to do this. Let your teammate through. But nobody else. Quick. No! Oh, Albon got through as well. That was exactly the thing I was trying to avoid. Damn it. Right. Felipe, get after Ocon and overtake him. And Felipe Drugovich is into 9th place. Here we go. DRS down into turn 4. And Ocon tried to turn in, but there was a Haas in the way. And he almost shoved him off the track for good measure. Felipe absolutely on one. Some very good news here. We have got both cars in the points. Hülkenberg has got himself back up into 11th and now into 10th with a really nice overtake here on Ocon. Maybe those hard tyres are starting to come to him. Drugovich is approaching his pit stop window. Hülkenberg has been given the instruction to stay behind, but I'm thinking we remove that now and we just allow Drugovich to follow in Hülkenberg's wheel tracks, and hopefully they don't crash here. Drugovich, don't overtake. God, lads, you're gonna give me a heart attack. I think that AI is going for the one stop, so they will go to a set of hards in a few laps time, and we will get a really nice undercut on basically all of this lot, and we might be able to make our 2-stop work. if they're on a one-stop, we are going to be absolutely quids in once our medium tyres go on later on in the race. The big question here is where Albon and Drugovich filter out. Let's make sure the pit stop goes okay. 3.4, not great, not terrible, but actually, are we going to be clear of Albon? It's going to be super close. We are ahead of the Williams, although the Williams is going to be quick, so we need to skedaddle out of here. We also need to look after our fuel. We can deal with that later on, I think. So let's crack on from now and see the undercut that we can get. AI going for the one stop. They're going to be exposed late on without a safety car. Gasly into the pit lane. I'm sure we will undercut him potentially with both drivers. Ocon is in the pit lane too, and Gasly pops out behind Carlos Sainz. We have pulled a strategy masterclass on Alpine here today, and they are now firmly in our rearview mirror, and long may they stay there. Everything right now looking very good, because our strategy is playing out as we hoped, and the AI, apart from maybe Verstappen and Albon, are on one stops. Alonso's going to go to mediums later, but they're not going to be in as good condition as ours by the time we put our mediums on for the final stint. So all looking good right now. I mean, a safety car around the time when we're looking to pit around lap 50 would be lovely. Okay, so we've had an incident here, and we've got damage to Felipe Drugovich's car. He's had a bit of a kerfuffle with the smooth operator. Oh, well, I say a bit of a kerfuffle. He's kind of wiped him out, to be honest, and then carried on. And we've got some damage to the front wing, which is, yeah, that's not helpful. I just said it, literally just said it, that everything was going fine, and now we've got some damage to the front wing. We'll have to change that at the pit stop, but we will get to the pit stop. Oh, the tyres have taken a bit of a whack. We've got another set of hards to put on. We do not. Those mediums are going to have to go a little bit further, I think. I'll assess the strategy and see what we can do. Oh, and we've got a penalty. I mean, well, that was hardly a surprise. 10 seconds! Bro! That seems a little harsh, don't you think? Felipe Drugovich is coming in. We've got a virtual safety. We've got a red flag! Okay. I don't know what this is going to do for Drugovich, but are we going to serve the penalty? Russell and Leclerc have had a collision. Oh, that's useful for us. That's very useful. We'll take that, although, will Drugovich have now served the penalty? I don't think he will have. He'll restart in 9th, Hülkenberg in 5th. So we'll put on the mediums. That's fine. I mean, I did ask for a safety car somewhere around lap 50. So Hülkenberg gets a free stop. Beautiful scenes. Russell is out of the race. Hamilton's in 15th. We could close up massively on Mercedes right now. Alpine, I think, are sort of in between us. Let's see where this all shakes out. That is Hülkenberg in P4, it looks like. 5 red lights for the second time today. The lights are out. The race is back on. Let's push and deploy. Drugovich has not served the penalty, so he's got 10 seconds to add to his time. We need to get him safely in the points. I feel like 10 seconds is extremely harsh, but Hülkenberg is about to lose a place to Leclerc by the look of it. Can we take P3? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Hülkenberg into 3rd. Drugovich up to 7th. It's all working out gravy right now for Haas. We're back on the podium, and this could be a massive day for the team. Drugovich, yeah, 10 seconds of penalties. That's really going to hurt him. But he's actually... Drugovich is absolutely flying. He is furious about this penalty, and he is doing everything he can to secure a points finish at his home race. Drugovich is now 5th. He's absolutely flying. He's just muscled his way past Leclerc, and I think Alonso's followed him through as well. The Ferrari had just no answer to 3 cars attacking it with DRS. The fact that everyone's so close together is not helpful for Felipe Drugovich. He's going to basically finish about 17th or 16th with all these this time penalty that he's got. Hopefully towards the end of the race it spreads out a bit more. Honestly, if it would just stayed a virtual safety car, that would have been lovely. We could have served the penalty, lost less time. As it is, everyone's now bunched back together. That's really going to hurt him. So it's going to have an even more harsh impact. We're starting lap 64 here, and we've still got both our cars very much in the hunt for the podium places. Drugovich won't keep his podium if he does steal it, but Hulkenberg is now back into P3. Drugovich is sending it on Perez and taking P5. Lovely stuff. Those soft tyres are now having to do a little bit of, well, having to be babysat a little bit more. Alonso's mediums are going to give up on him soon as well. Could we catch Stroll for P2 if we went for it on the tyres? Let's go aggressive on the tyres with Hulkenberg and see if we can close the gap to Stroll and maybe snipe off a P2, which would be absolutely incredible. Well, here we go. We've caught Lance Stroll. Didn't take very long. I think it took about a lap and a half. And we'll now pick up we should pick up DRS off of the Aston. No, we didn't. We didn't get the DRS. That is infuriating. And here comes the other Aston Martin to snatch back P3. So I'll actually do a lap of attack here with Hulkenberg to close down the second placed Aston Martin. Verstappen is away and gone. Drugovich is just trying to hang on here. He's going to lose P5 for sure. He will be probably way out of the points. He'll probably end up 14th, which is such a shame. He has driven brilliantly today, the collision with Sainz aside. But them's the breaks, sadly, in racing. Ocon is tumbling out of the points pretty quickly as well because his tyres are begging for a puncture. Stroll is having to look after his tyres too. P2 would be amazing. It would vault us on its own ahead of Mercedes because they are not going to score any points today. Hulkenberg not close enough here. We do need to set this up properly. Drugovich is actually hustling Alonso. Let's drive in clean air with you. Oh, that's Stroll with the puncture! Fantastic! We do have second place because Lance Stroll's got himself a puncture. We'd already overtaken him. And then when does the puncture occur? On the exit? Yeah, there you go. And now, are we second and third? No, we're second and fourth. Oh, we could have had a double podium. This absolutely scandalous penalty. Although there's a few gaps opening up because Stroll is sort of blocking everybody. It might pay out dividends for us. Deploy the battery. We'll just attack on the tyres. What's his overtake aggression? It's at medium. We're driving in clean air. And I think we're going to have an all-out attack here on Fernando Alonso. He's on old mediums. Can we make this move stick? Down into turn 4. Yes, we can. But this penalty... Oh, it's so unfortunate. He could have had a podium. Brazil could have been absolutely celebrating a home podium. This penalty is absolute BS. But, you know, credit where credit's due to Felipe Drugovich. Max Verstappen wins the race. Oh, no, we missed it. No, whoopsie. Oh dear, I was trying to get it down to 1x speed so we could watch it across the line, but we didn't. So Drugovich is third. Where's 10 seconds from there? So 3 seconds, 3.4, 4 seconds, 7 seconds, 7.5. Oh, does he pick up a point still? It's 10th or 11th. It's very close. Let's see. Hulkenberg's on the podium, so hooray for that. Back-to-back podiums for the Hulkster. He's done a great job today. His strategy... The red flag, very, very helpful. Let's get that out of the way. But we still had to overtake a number of cars to finish second. We were on the right tyres for that final stint. Verstappen just away and gone. And that is our 6th podium of the season. So, absolutely fabulous job from Hulkenberg. The retiring, outgoing Nico Hulkenberg picks up another trophy. I mean, he didn't have any podiums until I turned up at the team, and now he just can't stop scoring them, which, I don't know, does that say more about him or more about me? Drugovich finishes in P6. So, was there a penalty for Magnussen as well? I think there was. So not P6, P9 for Drugovich. So 2 points, which is, yeah, I mean, it could have been a podium. He'd earned that podium. Honestly, that collision with Sainz, 5 seconds at worst? Really? Let me know. Was 10 seconds too harsh? Let me know in the comments. Let's have a look at the Drivers' Championship. Hulkenberg up to P4. And I mean, the way we're going, we could even catch Alonso. He could finish third and then just, you know, drop Mike and go. That would be amazing. Drugovich now 15 points behind Gasly. And Haas are back into P4. We're now 10 points ahead of Mercedes. We scored 20 points this weekend for the second race in a row. Lovely, lovely stuff. So we'll just pretend that Holland and Imola never happened. They don't exist. Sad times for Felipe Drugovich, having that podium wrestled from his grasp, really. I mean, he drove fantastically. Leave your commiserations for him in the comments, but leave your congratulations for Nico Hulkenberg. Back-to-back podiums for the German driver. Leave a nice big thumbs up on the video. Subscribe for more F1 Manager content, and I'll see you for the next round, which, again, I can't remember where it is, but I'll see you there. You're the best fans. It's bye for now.